Welcome back, everybody, here to the Shanghai Major Group C, Game 2 of Match 1. OG versus Team Archon. OG with a one-game lead currently over Team Archon after their push strat failed to find its timing. But Game 2 is a new day. It's a new life. It is Blitz.
10 seconds remaining.
It's weird because I'm trying to think. I always try to think about what I would go
Dire
in that
team
position,
ban.
and obviously those guys are much better than me, and I've never been in the position of playing for a major. I remember when we played like the
Team
TI4 calls,
Archon's
and
turn
it's
to
like
ban.
you have this pre-prepared strategy, you lose with it, and it's. I don't want to say it's Archon's ace in the hole, but it's probably something that they've been running quite often.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't rely on it, but they expected to win with it, or they wouldn't have used it, and
10
it just
seconds
got
remaining.
shut down.
But it's also one of those things that we've kind of expected from Bluff in the
5
the
seconds
past.
remaining.
Like when he drafts lineups like this, it's either we're going to win with it or we're going to lose
Reserve
horribly.
time.
We're going to miss our timing and we just accept the fact we move on, we find a new one and just do another one. It's just like I've got like here's all my cards.
The way that you said that made it sound like you just said you're either gonna win with it or you're gonna lose with it, which are literally the two options. Some great
Oh my
analysis.
god.
Good times.
Okay, yeah. The point I was trying to
Dire
make
team
is
ban.
they're accepting of the result. No matter if it's win or lose, they know what they're gonna do.
Of course they're accepting the result. What are they gonna do? They're gonna challenge it and say, guys, we should have won that game. Can we redo that one?
No. God damn you, Blitz. God damn you
10
to hell.
seconds remaining.
I'm here to blame you so Reddit doesn't, man. You say
5
stuff like that,
seconds
I gotta-
remaining.
I'm gonna keep you on your toes.
I don't know how to express
Archon's
it better than
turn
that.
to
I'm actually
pick.
sitting here trying to think of a better way to express it.
Give up.
But
on it, man.
there is no way. I'm
give
just gonna
up on it.
sit here in my hole. We move on with that draft. This time it's actually OG that bans the lone druid. But no Earth Spirit in this game. No Chen, no Wisp. What would you prioritize as number one, Blitz? What's your number one hero?
10
Team
seconds
Archon?
Got
remaining.
Nature's Prophet.
True, the MP is still there, but that should go for the VS.
Dire team pick.
That is surprising. I think OG might. I think there's a good chance though that OG's gonna go for the Nature's Prophet. It's such a tier 1 offlaner right now that I feel like you almost should grab him when you can.
What do you think about the support Nature's Prophet from the last game? Like Flock with his double nulls. Like, was it the presence you were expecting from the Prophet?
I think it's kind of an interesting idea.
10
But
seconds remaining.
The problem with it is just you have
5
this really
seconds
specific
remaining.
timing window. All these teams, the reason why Dota's gone so good is before you would just play,
Reserve
and
time.
Dota's like this super free-flowing game. But now that's only true to a certain extent. Teams are so good that it's almost become StarCraft-esque in the way that they plan things. Okay, you're gonna hit this item timing, then we're gonna go here, we're gonna do this, then we're gonna take this tower. You can't plan it out to the second or the minute or anything, because that's where the free flowing comes in. the
Dire
laning
team
phase.
pick.
But for the most part, you have these like really specific timings that you hit, and for a support NP, that's gonna go like double null talisman and a blade mail. There's not a lot of wiggle room or errors that you can make. There's a time period where you're just gonna straight up lose.
Yeah. Unless that push worked, which it didn't.
No.
Well, OG, they've, at least for the first pick, bypassed Nature's Prophet and gone back in for this Bat Rider
10
selection.
seconds remaining.
Lion.
5 seconds
They
remaining.
actually are going to completely leave it alone.
Team Archon's
Yeah,
turn
they
to
go for
pick.
the same two heroes they had in their last game. Obviously, they can't replicate the same lineup because Lone Druid's been banned, but like, Fire didn't really seem to have that much of a problem with his line. He was always in range, he was always there to help out. He was kind of like, yeah, because I know we were talking a lot about the Earthshaker of Crit, like his movements across the map, but Fly was kind of like the unsung support hero on that top lane.
Man, it's
10
just,
seconds remaining.
what do you even do right now? They're comfortable with the Enchantress, but they picked it and
5
the hero
seconds
just
remaining.
got stomped.
Yeah.
That's
But
a weird.
do you just go again? Like, do you have confidence in yourself and
Reserve
say, you know what,
time.
guys, like, if at first you don't succeed, draft the same thing again.
Man, that's kind of the issue, right? What are you supposed to do in a situation where one of the heroes that you're most comfortable with just gets stomped? You just have to re-ante up though and kind of disregard last game, chalk it up to a failed strategy, and I think you move on.
With a VS, they got pretty much any direction they want to go to move on. As we're going to start to stack
Team
auras.
Archon's turn to
Beastmaster
ban.
and Vengeful Spirit are going to be the first two pickups here from Team Archon. So at least now they've got the ability to get vision on that Bat Rider. They don't have to wait for that long timing of the Aghanim Scepter of the Night Stalker. They can get the Hawks up and see the Bat Rider coming. That's an upside with the pick. And they actually ban the
Dire
Enchantress
team
themselves.
ban.
Yeah, I thought for a second that OG would take it themselves after they grabbed the Bat Rider, but you know they're just like whatever, take it. We have Bat Rider, you have Enchantress. We're completely comfortable with that trade.
I wonder if they like when you ban the Enchantress, like you've
10
taken out
seconds
like the
remaining.
second primary pushing jungler. Like how's Team
Team
Archon then want to work out their
Archon's
lanes? In the
turn
back of
to
my
ban.
mind, I've just got Floss Visage in my head with the Drought Ranger like to like buff everything. With a Beastmaster as well, and just go full aura. That's one way you could then walk over OG.
10 seconds remaining.
Beastmaster Radiant though, just really strong. You need something that
5
can control
seconds
the
remaining.
the Roshan vision at the same time.
Yep.
And it's a hero that can always do that. I think Beastmaster is
Reserve
one of
time.
the strongest offlaners. If he can't get NP and some others, I think Beastmaster works really well. I think Nature's Prophet though is still up there. I would say Lone Druid is still up there, but he's so often banned that it doesn't really matter too much. It's kind of cool though to see the evolution of like the true 2-3 position come back in, as opposed to when we saw just like a bunch of initiators in the offlane.
Nice, they're gonna take out OG's
Dire team
Gyrocopter.
ban.
No easy team fight control at least, but you've still got the Bat Rider in line. And OG again in the second phase, they focus on banding out against the mid before they actually have theirs. In this game, though, there's a lot more options for the
10
mid.
seconds
Like, it's
remaining.
not as heavily banned, because right now it's like, what, Invoker's been removed and
5
they ran Lone
seconds
Druid in
remaining.
the last game in the mid. But I think we're going to really count that as like a big one. And they should take out the Pugna.
Team
It protects
Archon's
the Zeus at least, so
turn
he
to
doesn't blow
pick.
himself up from the Death Ward, but is there something more which maybe Archon's been doing in scrims that we could read from that Pugna ban?
I think it's just a good hero against both Lions who's Bat Rider. They don't have any ways to kill the Death Ward either. The Nether Ward. It's an overall good pickup. It would have been a good pickup from Archon, because it's rare
10
to see this
seconds
much
remaining.
spam out ability on one team lined up like this.
5 seconds remaining.
You start your draft off with like instantly 3 intel heroes.
Outworld Devourer.
OD still in the pool, however.
Dire team pick.
So mid lane from Archon looks pretty damn solid. Like it's Zeus versus OD. Like what was it? Sin was saying yesterday. Like no one really wins a lane against Zeus. Like it's just a trade-off lane against Zeus. So everyone's just gonna get levels. And ET.
Team
think there are plenty of
Archon's
heroes that beat
turn to
Zeus.
pick.
Okay.
It's like-
Really?
it's like
So
a
that's
lot of
it.
heroes
Syndra
that
just
beat
shut
Zeus.
down. Because Sin was basically saying like if you go Zeus, like, you sit back and you arc lightning. So you're always gonna get farm. You're always gonna get levels. But you're never gonna find a kill. So you can easily just get a hero that will trade against the Zeus. Unless you had something like a roaming bounty hunter, which would screw with him.
OD's gonna get like OD should get free farm, so OG probably have to try to lock this hero down a few times.
That's where the ET can
It's
kick
not
in.
even locked up
10
100%
seconds remaining.
that Zeus is gonna be mid.
5
it's a
seconds
support.
remaining.
I've been playing some China pubs. Everybody plays it like off lane and support. That's really weird.
Reserve time.
That ET pick though, this is like team pure nuking ability. The Elder Titan plus Zeus combo, by the way, was really popular for time period. It's like you use the ET. Oh, it was Cloud9 that actually did it. It was the No-Tail team.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the No-Tail version where they were doing Zeus ET. Because you just send out the spirit
Mirana.
with the aura, then your
Dire
Zeus does
team
like 5,000
ban.
damage in a fight. It's amazing.
I remember, was it CIS rejects that used to do it with a sniper pickup? They throw the spirit over and then just assassinate the mid.
Didn't an ET get picked yesterday and win?
Yeah, it was
Vici.
10
VG Gaming
seconds
did it.
remaining.
The Mirana pickup from Team Archon. So
5
Floss actually going
seconds
back
remaining.
to a classic draft of his, like drafting the Mirana in the OD. He used to actually be the Mirana player.
Reserve time.
And then he switched it. Like he hasn't actually played Mirana in his last 50 games. He actually gave the role to Whitebeard instead.
Team
Last
Archon's
ban of
turn
Spectre.
to ban.
I really like Archon's draft now, though. It's a lot more stable. I think OG is the better team overall, but I think Archon, this is a draft that they have a chance with.
They could just find those early kills.
10
As if OG doesn't
seconds
answer back.
remaining.
If you're the Zeus in this game, like obviously, like you build into your
5
ether
seconds
lens,
remaining.
but do you rush up the Veil of Discord? Like, how's the synergy work with the ET? Like, is that just that you
Reserve
remove
time.
resistance and you amplify everything as well?
Yeah.
Wonder if anyone even can survive that, because they got like
10
Beastmaster's the only
seconds
strength hero in their
remaining.
lineup.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, so they ban out the Slark.
Dire team pick.
OG have a hero left to go. Presumably it'd be a core, and that's what Archon thinks it is with their last 2 bans.
Yeah, just the safe laner.
Pick something. I would like them to pick something fairly active, actually. Just so that they can kind of run, get map control. But they have so many map control heroes, Toby. You had no idea. It's like Batrider Zeus. Take something else, then
10
how does
seconds
Archon
remaining.
leave their base? The laning phase goes well for OG like it did in the last game, which
5 seconds
OG
remaining.
want to do.
Can't surprise they actually ban out the Spectre themselves, because then it would just be like full
Reserve
team kind
time.
of global thing.
I feel like it would have affected their lanes too much though. Like their laning phase would have been bad.
Could you get away with like Nature's Prophet safe lane in this game? Because they're still lacking the ability to go high ground with this lineup. They can get pickoffs to their heart's content,
That is true actually.
but they can't actually breach the high ground.
Yeah, but if you start a game 50-0, I'm sure the other team quits. Just by like default.
Yep. It's hard to argue that logic. You could say they'd have the choice to lose the game. Alright. And who else is left as the number 1 position? An active hero that can play the safe lane. Wouldn't get completely disintegrated by the OD. I'm still also waiting for like this. Like, it shouldn't be a last pick draw from Archon. OG is really not sure. They're taking 16 seconds to get this last.
Phantom Lancer.
Okay, they're gonna go PL.
Team Archon's turn
There is no
to
illusion
pick.
clear on Team Archon's lineup. Like, but then again, this is the new PL. It's not as important.
What Archon have OD?
Yeah, it just drops. Yeah,
It's not just that, the Arcane Orb destroys the illusions.
Imba
Do
Spirit.
so much more damage, but Ember plus OD, I think that's enough to deal with the PL, honestly. It's just, for me, I think this game almost entirely comes down to Toby, if they can stop OG's aggression. OG is the type of team that will just fight 4v5 and leave you feeling helpless, because you have the ever-looming threat of this one hero left that you haven't dealt with. But Archon, they've got a decent
That's kind of like the play there. These lanes look a lot more normal, apart from the fact that it looks like Archon is actually switching around here. So Jo is going to take the OD to the bottom lane, and they push the Ember into the mid up against the Zeus.
Alright. This matchup is kind of annoying for the Ember Toby in the beginning, just because Arc Lightning gets rid of your shield almost immediately, and the Zeus does okay. As long as you don't get bursted, and you mess up by wasting the bolt and having no mana, you should almost always be able to get rid of the Flame Guard. And that's almost all of Ember Spirit's offensive potential, right?
Fluff? Imprisoment's back off cooldown, and Moon, like, if Jo can just get in range here for the Imprisonment, they kind of got it, but they throw the arrow out anyway, and the damage it will be enough. The Bat Rider will
First
drop,
blood.
and
It
first blood
was
goes the way of
ours
Team
all
Archon.
along.
I don't know if they actually missed that combo as well, because I jumped down to bottom lane just at the tail end of that like, first attack into Moon, and the Imprisonment was on cooldown, and so was the arrow. But he was still at like 2/3 of his life. But this time it works, and Whitebeard's already on the rotation to mid.
They need he wants to help this out if possible. And this is pretty much the perfect timing. The Ember Spirit has level 3,
Top lane.
level 2 Flame Guard.
Spirit's down, stun's gonna land from Fly, Miracle. He's got lands off cooldown in 1 second time, and Crit, are they gonna go under it? The balls are down, so they're gonna slob Crit, and Crit's taking way too much damage from that tower. With the ball that's still there, Crit is actually going to go down the Beastmaster.
Radiant's bottom
Miracle
tower
dives
is
down
under
to
attack.
ensure the off-laner killed, but
What did you?
Beastmaster is still the one as an off-laner that finds that kill. And on bottom lane, Moon hit by another arrow, and this is going to be the death of the Bat Rider. There is no escape from this. It'll be a
Radiant's
3
bottom
for
tower
1, and
is
the
under
only kill
attack.
OG have got was a trade-off that allowed the Beastmaster to find his own kill.
Yeah. Boo's gonna be incredibly satisfied with that, and I think part of it too is it's just kind of a relief.
Dyer's
like,
bottom
okay,
tower is
we
under
can hang
attack.
with these guys, and I think that means a lot more than people realize. Just the simple kind of confirmation that you're gonna be okay in this game. With this 3-1 lead, probably telling themselves it's okay. That arrow just barely misses its mark.
Regeneration.
Yeah, and this is 2 heroes. It's like, oh,
Threads the needle.
exactly. But No-Tail is still doing really well in this lane with the 2 levels of Arc early. The Ember Spirit is struggling. Still trading CS though. Just HP is a little bit rough for him. And doesn't quite have the bottle because he opted to go for the magic stick first, which I'm not 100% sure if that's the play. Especially when the Zeus has so much mana left over. You have to be able to trade the bottle hits and the amount of farm. Monkey's River cops 1 Arc Lightning. The second will be enough to take down that level 2 Flame Guard. Just so weak.
Waiting for this Whitebeard maneuver. Like, this Observer Ward from OG is at least able to scout out Whitebeard's movement. So when he comes to the mid, then Zeus knows to play more defensively. Moon now, like, the creep wave's kind of underneath his own tier 1 tower. He's going to lose control of this thanks to the pull that came from Fluff. But he knows that Whitebeard is on the hunt for him, so he can play more defensive, or then again, the arrow from Whitebeard is maybe a little bit too late. Nope, it hits the mark perfectly. There's still the stun from Fluff as well, so Moon will die once again, as Jared claims his second kill for the game.
So bleak.
They made absolute sure that he got that last hit too, because they know that he's not getting the best CS. This Bat Rider is just kind of throwing stickies on him and being annoying, and he's had to move around a lot. They have to make sure that this guy catches up or keeps even with the Phantom Lancer. And if you look at the net worth, like, the PL is still ahead despite all of this. And that's just because he's had nearly perfect CS. And he's got the benefit of having a kill on top of that. So they have to pump this OD up as much as they can. Jo might feel comfortable right now, but he has to know by this point. He's probably telling his team, I'm really far behind in CS right now. We have to get something done.
I'm still wondering though if that kill on top lane was really worth it, because now you got a Beastmaster who's just gone Iron Talon straight to the jungle. He took 3 levels off that top lane and now is 4.5. He got another level and a half out of the jungle just in the last minute and a half. But I suppose, like, compared to flash farming of a Bat Rider, it's not really that strong.
Moon's got a lot of stacks to work with here, and that's courtesy of Crit, who was in the mid lane, kind of harassing out a little bit.
Are they hunting for Crit? Crit's playing like classic Jimmy style.
Crit.
Hide in the trees, don't reveal yourself, but now, no,
dead.
he's dead. He's gonna go for the stomp, but Fluff is still far enough away. Crit doesn't even have the mana TP out. They're gonna let again. They let the OD take the kill.
Because they know, they have to know. He's behind in farm. You have to let him take these if possible. Like, even despite the killing speed that he's on, Miracle's ahead of network.
Spirit jump. Monkey's gonna have a crack here at No-Tell. Where's that arrow flying in? It's gonna be perfect. No-Tell, he actually continued his line with that arrow. Must not have seen it coming. And Ember Spirit will now get the kill on the Zeus.
I don't even think you could do much at that point. Like, Zeus isn't a very fast hero. Turn rate's okay, but he wasn't able to respond to that just because there's like half a second for him. Like, he would have had to already start turning and anticipating it, Toby. The Beastmaster though is getting a fair amount of levels like we talked about. We sort of expected that. The good news for Moon is that he continues to get some farm in the jungle, so things are still okay. And you've got the Miracle Phantom Monster getting absolute free farm, which is never a good thing.
Jumping in again on Notel. Thunder God's Wrath's gonna pop out, but you got both Magic Missile as
Radiant's
well as
top
the
tower
arrow.
is under
Notel
attack.
almost finds a pop,
Surpass
but
the
crit.
master.
He gets enough damage. Ember Spirit will be the trade-off. So Elder Titan's able to leech a fair amount of levels
Radiant's
out of that.
top tower is under attack.
Still, he didn't get the last hit, and the Zeus isn't getting any of this experience.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But Miracle is taking that top tier
Radiant
one.
structures are
Bottom lane
fortified.
TP, Moon. He starts sticking Napalm over on Jo, and Jo just turns. Crit's the only one rotating down here, and his Spirit's already out for a long time, but he's got the Arcane rune, so he's not too sad about everything he's using.
Yeah, right now, Monkey's Forever just TP's back mid. He's got 4 levels of the Flame Guard
Radiant's
now.
top
Should be enough to
tower
tank
is under
everything
attack.
minus the Thunder God's Wrath. So Notel has to be somewhat careful that he just gets gone on. And again, it's just continue to make space for
Radiant's
This is
top
gonna be the
tower
central
has
game plan
fallen.
for OG. The laning phase has really not gone as well as they had expected. Archon's done a pretty good job there, but OG, they kind of seem in their comfort zone still. Because like,
Spirit jump. So going again on mid, the arrow flies in, Notel, this time he'll dodge it. The Flame Guard's burning him down, and what a stomp from Crit. Notel's got his lightning bolt ready, but they go for the double
grows
stun,
cold.
actually
Never
curving
bow.
that impale. And he's able to pick up both the heroes. Lion takes one, Zeus takes the other, but the Thunder Colt holds them there.
And Notel just lines it up. He waits, fly TPs in with the Ravage essentially.
Is Moon able to get this kill on bottom lane too? With the Raw, the OD ulti, they're trying to kill Moon off so quickly. They're able to do so, but you just expended 2 big ultimates to ensure that kill. But they do keep Jo alive.
The Roar isn't even that big of a deal. It's the Sanity's Eclipse. Plus the
Radiant's
fact that
middle
Jo,
tower is under
again,
attack.
still continues to struggle to get CS. All of these things are great. You've got 3 kills and 2 assists on your OD, but he's still behind by 700 net worth on that Phantom Lancer, and you haven't had anything to deal with him. And even more importantly than that, Toby, is that OG are power leveling their supports. You've got a level 4 Mirana and a level 4 Vengeful Spirit that are desperately trying to split XP. Crit's already level 5. Fly has long been level 6, and he's going to pick up this Invis rune. He has his ultimate available. This is such a danger zone right now for Archon.
He can solo so many, especially if like you caught with that Flame Guard down. You get the initial stun, throw the Spirit out, and boom. Monkey's gonna walk into it. So flying starts his finger, lightning bolt.
The stomp, the natural order is enough. Really well done too. I think that was Crit's clarity that was put on him before, so he had enough mana to cast it. That's just really good team play. Things that you don't really talk about but notice.
And now Archon will shift their lanes up. So OD got a lot out of the early game. Obviously not in CS, but it was still with 3-0-2. Jared can't be too sad. But it's just now when you push the Ember to the bottom
Dire's
lane,
middle
you
tower
get
is
him
under
his
attack.
bigger farm, his safer farm. And my answer is instantly no. That should push Monkeys back to the mid lane.
I'm not sure why. I feel like they shouldn't have rotated the OD in the first place. The Ember just has to play more back or he has to go for kills. The problem is that you're ganking a level 7 PL. So what you normally do, Toby, in this situation is you go gank the safe lane and it's like a level 3 or level 4 support and an under-leveled carry. But that timing window is long since run out because OG have been the aggressors. So you've got these 2 supports that are constantly running around, creating havoc and making it difficult for them to ever rotate. So now you're a level 8 Ember Spirit that's running into a level 7 Lion. Like, the disparity isn't there for him to be able to just YOLO in.
Here comes the gank. They lost the vision though, because the Hawk's a little bit too far away, but they know exactly where Miracle's gone. So it's meant to be Raw into Arrow. Now they've got multiple Miracles to choose from, and even more of them. As he doppelgangers himself away from this one with the Starfall, they reveal the real one, but they actually go onto the wrong one. The Raw is available, but the Arrow hits. It's point blank range, they just use the Spirits to finish the rest of the job and hold
Nature
on to
takes
that
its
Beastmaster
course.
ultimate. But a successful gank onto Miracle. But what's your trade-off?
Radiant's
Bottom
bottom
tower's already under
tower
pressure from
is
OG.
under attack.
Yeah, Moon's almost got, or Moo's almost got his Necrobook 1. It's a
Moon's
pretty
almost
good
got his
timing.
blink dagger.
Yeah. It's a pretty good trade-off for them. He does have the blink dagger
Radiant's
now,
bottom
and this
tower
is gonna be
is
go
under
time for them.
attack.
But Archon's gonna be breathing a sigh of relief that they were able to knock down the PL. Like, they really needed to deal with that hero at some point. And that's the highest net worth in the game. The OD continues to farm during this time to
Dire's
catch
middle
up.
tower is under
And that's
attack.
a crazy thing to think about. The fact that he's still trying to catch up.
Radiant's
not
bottom
just taking
tower
a
is
dominant
under
lead.
attack.
Can they go again?
Dire's
here?
top tower is under attack.
YP is going to
Radiant
attempt it.
structures
Throws
are
out a fish arrow,
fortified.
miracle. Barely dodging it, didn't really fully see it coming, but Thunder God's Wrath reveals Whitebeard as well as Moo's location. The bottom tower has already been brought down. Elder Titan is actually the one to get the last hit on that.
Dire's top tower is under
I think
attack.
OG wanted a chance to see
Dire's
if there was
top
going to be a
tower
fight
has
build.
fallen.
So they popped the ult just in case, but there's no... Well, the Beastmaster Roar is just cooled down. So they've got that available to them, but nothing else. I think they just want to farm for now, Archon, and maybe just rotate the Beastmaster a bit.
OG won't let him do it though. Like instantly the circle was drawn by OG saying we need to control up the entire Radiant jungle.
Radiant's
They made a
middle
big
tower
circle
is
around
under
it
attack.
From, I actually think it was Miracle that drew it. They outblinked last turn. They found Miracle, Finger of Death, and the Pulse from Zeus. Very quickly following up, JO to the front lines with Monkeys, trying to find revenge. The Spirit is down with the Stomp as well. Muzo talked a hell of a lot of damage here. JO with the orbs.
Radiant's
It's not just
middle
doing that, he's
tower
one more
is
attack
under
in a row.
attack.
The Sal protects him. That's 16 HP. He'll end up surviving until Beastmaster spoils the fun. So he'll catch out one, OD imprisonment, but JO, he's in pretty deep and Miracle just waits for him with his friends. There was not much the fluff and stuff could do. He already burned his swap and didn't have enough mana at the time.
Radiant's middle
for
tower
magic
is under
missile.
attack.
You got a Batrider in exchange for an OD and a Mirana. Gonna be incredibly happy with that trade, especially since, as luck would have it, Miracle is the one that got the last hit on the killing spree.
Regeneration.
This is gonna be really fast timing for him as he's got the Yasha completed, and Crit's got almost
Dire's
his veil.
top tower is under attack.
Or that's what I imagine he's going.
Is Archon really forcing this issue? They moved very aggressively up past the Roshan pit. Like YP was getting in position to throw out an arrow, and they're just running with Necropooks or something.
I don't think they were going for a Rosh on their own or anything like that.
It's just a kill on mid. It just seemed to be like an odd way to approach it, especially after that fight just happened.
How many smokes does Archon have left? They have one. It's not bad. They need one to be able to kill Miracle, but probably even more importantly than that, like the smoke usage for individual kills W, I think is not that important anymore. It's for objectives. So probably contest like the next Roshan or something like you hold on to it. There's no real reason. But the longer this kind of situation goes, Miracle just farms while his team farms behind him. They're gonna smoke up now and look for an opportunity and create more space for this guy. And that's something that I'm really starting to realize that a lot of OG's game plan
Radiant's
is just
middle
let
tower
Miracle
is under
do what
attack.
he wants.
Dire's bottom
Accomplish some
tower
space
is
for
under
him.
attack.
They're gonna invade the Radiant side jungle and maybe even wrap around the mid. All the spell usage is gonna get spotted in this bottom lane, if anybody was looking. Crit's even gonna reveal himself now as they realize that smoke just isn't gonna do much.
They're looking to have a crack at Miracle. Archon wrap around.
This is
Rest of OG's already here, and they
The
put down
prize
an
is
observer.
mine.
There's already one for the Radiant side. And Archon, are they going to go for the loop around? Or do they run at him directly? Like a defensive spear is down, the Hawk is giving a lot of vision here for Archon, but they already get the full class through. Jaya's going to die before this fight even begins. And without him, really, Archon can't take this. And then they actually lose their observer ward as well.
I was about to go down. Losing Jay was
the bigger thing.
yeah, that observer ward is more just the amount of gold that you get. It's like a cherry on top, but you don't really care too much as
Now you lose your tier 1 tower as well.
yeah, that was crazy. Archon had vision too because they had the hawk down. OG just played faster than they expected.
Radiant's middle tower is
Now
under
tier 1
attack.
tower
Radiant
stays a numbered.
structures are
Fortification will
fortified.
make at least the seconds last a little bit longer as YP
Radiant's middle tower
Not
has
gonna
fallen.
happen, PL hits the target. And Crit's already got his spirit out in the field, so if Archon want to fight into this, they've got to be careful. But Crit, okay, hit by arrow, he's left for dead. OG has just abandoned him, they accept the loss.
Yeah, OG wanted, or Archon originally wanted to smoke into mid, and take the objective of the mid tower. Like look for a mini skirmish.
Looks like they're forcing it again. Like there's no lasso up, so Moon doesn't have that control factor. And Notel's also very low on mana. The arrow flies up and fly. Well, that's a good 5-second stun. BS, but she's forcing Notel back in. Allows for a double ulti from Jo. And OG with 3 heroes now on the sideline will lose their
Dire's
T1
middle
tower.
tower
Mid
is
Moon
under
cannot
attack.
stop this from happening. But how much more can Archon take?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Not much more. They don't have a naturally like heavy pushing lineup or anything like that. They need to grab these quick objectives, these quick kills, turn it into a numbers advantage game, and then just rotate out. It's kind of like you just want to circle in, circle out, circle in, circle out. Make sure that you create space for your 2 mega cores, your OD and your Ember Spirit, and don't commit too much to it. The issue is that OG's game plan in both games has been incredibly safe. It's just been farm up RPL. Like, we don't care what happens in these mini skirmishes, as long as we know that we have the best late gamer here, that he's just going to continue to farm. You're not going to be able to do anything against him in the mid game. We'll take that trade.
Just wondering if he is really going to be the best late game. As you said, like OD and Ember work so well against him, so all that farm.
They have no net worth though. They have 10k net worth combined in 16 minutes.
True. The Beastmaster actually outstrips them by 1,000 gold.
That's some mood Dota.
But he's going to have his level 3 Necro book up pretty soon. It's going to cause a couple of issues during the OG fight.
Never refuse gold given.
Shadows take us.
They're gonna Mirana invis, but
Oh, Spirit Jump. Oh, he missed the Searing Chains on fly. The arrow's on the way in as Moon very wisely backs out. They also find that Radiant Observer Ward.
Archon, I think they wait for the Necro 3, get map control, look for a pick-off, deward everything that they can. The Ember Spirit now has the boots of travel. He's a long ways off of going for the Battle Fury. Doesn't even have drums. This is, make no mistake about it, this is an incredibly poor Ember Spirit, but he's had a pretty rough time. He especially has been the frontliner for his team, because there's nobody else that can really do so. You've got heroes like Benj and Mirana. Those aren't the
trap.
supports that you want.
Bottom lane, flank lasso, there's a lot of support though behind him, and Fluff and stuff, he gets the swap off, so Moon and Fly both expend their ultimates to try and get that kill. And unable to do so, but Chris now on his way in. Throws down the Spirit. If he looks for a good stomp position, this is kind of it. And then he can follow up into the splitter because Jo, he's kind of locked with a follow-up. Some Fly takes that kill. Moon's got a little bit of space to get out of here with the Flame Break, pushing White Bit back, but the arrow, Crypt walks into it. So again, he's going to get isolated. The Necro Books will take off most of his mana, and also a lot of his life, as the Beastmaster will find that kill. But now Miracle joins the fight. Moon is going to get shredded apart by all these PLs with the help of the Zeus nuke. But that's a big streak to end. Miracle! Wow! Monkey's just coming from the side. Side still finding his stun. That'll find his second kill for this fight. And then Notel, he's completely out of mana. Fluff's got the swap back, and Notel, he's down for the count. OG, a 3-for-3 trade-off. They do take 2 of the cores off Archon, but Ember Spirit
Radiant's
now
middle
only
tower
at his
is
BT,
under
he's
attack.
got another 1,400 gold after that fight. Almost certain that's worth it for Archon. Like, they have to be jumping with joy. The fact that they were able to win a fight without OD there, and they were able to do so in a really good fashion, and that just comes down to the fact that the level 3 Necro books, even with Moo dead, they did so much work. They burned off all of the Phantom Lancer's mana. They were
Radiant's
able to
middle
effectively lock
tower
down
is under
Crit as
attack.
well. Really nice play by them. That was almost a 5-man team fight by Archon. They're pretty close to that. The Bat Rider barely gets out with like 100 HP. If not for that, that would have been such a good trade for them.
The next team fight is also going to be stronger now that mech is done over on Whitebeard. Like, their sustain is getting better and better.
I don't even know what things have happened just because all of a sudden the Ember has second in net worth on his team. He was well behind the Phantom Lancer at one point, even behind the Zeus. They've made a pretty good showing of this so far.
It almost feels like the Ember came in like what you'd expect from like a Queen of Pain kind of role. You just slip in through the rear, you take the kills, you take all the glory, you take all the money and experience.
Allies disappear.
Sort of like how, what was that team called? CTY plays on eHome. Like, he waits for the fight to shake up, then he shows up at the last second.
The Moonlight Shadow run. The Sentry Wards are down, however, so Monkeys is very visible. As now he gets attacked, they realize there's detection available there.
I mean, Miracle is not as scary as he once was for Archon, I think. They've got ways to deal with him. They have a lot of clear, like we talked about. And the Beastmaster Necrobooks are making it difficult for him to maneuver around as much as he wants.
He will have a different factor the next fight though. Like the diffuser blade now being done, so he's got the ability to say,
prize
but you want
is
to burn
mine.
matter against also Essence Aura. It's like he burns it quickly, but also his illusions can just get destroyed. So, at this point, when you're Miracle, like how do you try and keep yourself like and all your illusions alive? Do you just build directly into tank?
I think you just build the standard PL items.
So you still go into Manta and
Yeah, you still go for Manta. Some people are experimenting with SNY, but I'm not sure how good it is. I haven't seen it enough, personally, to gauge whether or not it's worth going. Most of the people, though, you just get the Yasha for the farming ability and the fact that it makes you so much faster. And it's just like an all-around good item to have as an Agi core. Like, you'll often see Toby, the gyrocopters, just pick it up without finishing the SNY, and go for more of those pressing items like the BKB. But you grab it because you never want to straight just go for an item like the BKB. You want to get something like the Yasha, which is just such an all-around item, I think. 16 agi, 15 attack speed, 8% move speed. It's not bad at all.
Archon's on the hunt right now inside the dire jungle. There is a defensive observer ward up from OG, so I'll understand if someone's sitting on the other side of the tree line and is now yet Jo reveals himself there. But then he makes his he moves to the instant direction of the tier 2 tower in mid. With an observer ward down by Fluff and stuff, I think that was actually scouted out there, but he's actually put 2 observer wards this very narrow path. And Zeus instantly gets rid of the first one. I don't know if you saw that he shouldn't have seen the second.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
We're all kind of in Tradeville at the moment. Moon can't really see an opening onto the Ember Spirit without a little bit of help. Help is on its way. And with a Blink Dagger on fly, he can just jump in nicely.
Dire's top tower
He's
has
going to be able
fallen.
to. Monkeys drag back out. And Fingered down. Does he have enough damage? No, the OD imprisonment. Jo will buy him time to spirit away. Crit looking for the self timing, but it just wasn't there until the Thunder God's Wrath throws down. That'll find the kill. And they jump forward. They do have the Moonlight Shadow, which is protecting Archon for the moment. With Lightning Bolt, they reveal him up at Moon. He'll go down. Beastmaster finds the kills. Necrofooks. They burn off all the mana. Fluff will don't tell into more peril underneath that tier 2 tower.
Radiant
So 2
structures
heroes
are
lost for
fortified.
OG for the cost of the Ember Spirit. But the top tier 2 tower was also
Radiant's
taken by
middle
Archon before
tower
that
is
fight
under
began.
attack. Radiant's
Miracle's
middle
in
tower
very deep
has
here.
fallen.
He's gonna, okay, yeah. Simple doppelganger away. So maybe the tower trade-off is not as big now.
No, that was still an amazing fight for Archon. Like, they lose the Ember Spirit, sure, but you baited the Zeus and the Vendetta to go deeper and deeper, and the Zeus just is starting to fall behind, and obviously Zeus is gonna do Zeus things, but Beastmaster's effectiveness is really starting to ramp up. You're seeing the Necrobooks just go to work in every single one of these engagements. Like, the Zeus burns through his mana so quickly, he uses his Thunder God's Wrath, 2 Lightning Bolts. Then the Venge is just like, okay, this guy's a dead hero. They've invested so much net worth into a hero that has no defensive capabilities. It's not like he can force staff out or anything. Like, he just gets kind of pummeled. He has to be a little bit more mindful, I think, of his positioning in these fights, just because they kill him so damn fast. Like, as soon as they lose one hero, Archon are just emboldened. Okay, we're gonna take down everybody.
Just picking up the Juggernaut. This observer ward from OG is seeing everything Archon's trying to plan here. That's why it's just not going to work. In fact, OG, with No Tail and Moon, they're moving in through that Radiant jungle. It's like Monkeys feels the pressure. How close is he? He's got... Okay, so he's got enough for the Claymore, but not the Broadsword just yet. And I'm also seeing an O Club sitting on the Courier for Jo. So it looks to be a BKB build coming out from the OD as his next major item. Considering all the magical damage, makes sense.
Right now, Moon just continues to farm up. Needs to get a gem at some point too, I think. Really just take away as much map control and presence as they can from Archon. Archon has a lot to work with right now, and their 2 cores continue to scale. Like, you can call it 3 at this point. The Beastmaster's huge.
Yeah. He's the biggest hero on Archon.
Yeah, he's barely behind Miracle, who's done nothing but farm actually.
It's also really good for the Archon supports. Okay, now they finally get rid of that ops. Like you're saying, like both Whitebeard as well as Fluff, they were kind of struggling to keep up with the OG heroes who were in power level. Like, yeah, Lion picked up a Blink Dagger, ET picked up like the Veil of Discord. Like, they got so much to work with. But you got a VS level 2 swap now. Like, Fluff can make so much happen. Mirana Edel fought up a Meg, almost having enough money for a full Greaves. Just feels like Archon supports also, like, they just caught up so nicely. So they're not just a simple, like, pick-off for the PL anymore.
Yeah, 1.8 everywhere. Now, it's been
Radiant's
okay.
bottom
Although I think
tower is under
I'm
attack.
actually certain I would rather have an ET and a Lion on my team in the ultra late game as our 2 supports.
It does feel comfortable. Like, this still feels like the OG high ground defense is very nice.
It's incredibly scary to fight into them, but Archon, they've got a few
Radiant's
pretty
bottom
comfortable. Like,
tower
they've done
is
pretty
under
well for
attack.
themselves in the last 3 fights. They know that Moon and the Zeus aren't scaling very hard. It's only Miracle that they have to worry about, and I think they have enough control factor to deal with them, honestly, Toby. Like, Archon's not in a bad position whatsoever. They were down like 3k at one point, but that's the most they were ever down. In terms of XP and gold, it's almost near to 0.
I'm still looking for that gem you're talking about on Archon. Like, you get that thing over on the Beastmaster, hello! Now they can get rid of all of the warding on the map, and this, like, you gotta say this gives Archon the advantage, right? Because they're still the ones running Hawks. Like, both teams will be able to very easily de-ward each other. You've got the Zeus and you've got the Beastmaster gem. So keeping vision on this map. Difficult times ahead.
Bat Rider has 1800 gold. Still feeling okay.
They're pushing already.
Yeah, they're all gathering up.
Dire's
OG
bottom
at the bottom
tower
lane,
is under
even
attack.
committing to TPs.
Catch us if you
Miracle now has
can.
the Blink Dagger and he can TP in if necessary for this engagement too.
Viper kind of missed his line there for a moment. He threw the arrow, but it hit Roshan instead.
And Jao's at top. Gets Thunder God's Wrath, so they're gonna spot everything. Miracle should know about the Dota being at top too.
Oh, Miracle just blinks forward. Jao! Okay. That was quick. Very efficient. And even on bottom lane, they catch up monkeys as
It's
well.
over.
2 huge core pickoffs from OG in a very short span of time.
That's a PL that got a solo
Radiant's
kill on
top
their
tower
one position
is
OG.
under
They go by
attack.
Miracle and Trace. The Hawk is up and they can't get the roar in time. They actually get away with murder. And the Archon smoke rotation to get a counter kill fails.
Man, that is demoralizing if you're Archon. They had built up so much for themselves.
Radiant's
and
bottom
they've done
tower
such a
is
good
under
job to it.
attack.
In all honesty, they battled back, they played patient, they played the strengths of their lineup, and all of a sudden you lose 2 cores instantly, and OG are like, oh, it was a nice donation.
Radiant's bottom
Miracle
tower
gets a
is
solo
under
kill for
attack.
himself.
It almost feels like our Team Spirit versus Alliance Game 2 game yesterday. Team Spirit actually had enough to win the game, and then they just lost 2 heroes that didn't have buyback, and the game was lost. Like, it's the same kind of like depressing feeling I've got going.
Archon just have to refocus up. They still have the next 3 cores in the game.
Yeah.
In terms of net worth, they're not that far behind by any stretch. This is not some sort of death sentence for Archon. It was a pretty bad slip up to lose both your cores there, leaving them both in positions to get picked off for sure.
Also the timing for Monkeys, he just got set back on his Battle Fury because of that.
I'm gonna smoke up though on Archon. Stands there, OD, who's going for the BKB. Smart decision against the Phantom Lancer.
It's gonna be such a difficult kill to get though. Like, 1 even hitting Miracle with an arrow, 2 identifying which one is Miracle. And Thunder God's Wrath triggers again. Like, I swear No-Tail has just been a scout this game. Like majority of these Thunder God's Wrath has just been like, where is Archon moving?
That's how he used to use it back on the C9 days too, just to scout it out. It's not even for the finishing blow for your team fight. You can use it just for vision. If you're not 100% sure where everybody is or you suspect the smoke, it's quite good.
Ooh, they pinged that Spirit position. They saw Monkeys throw it down. So Moon's waiting for him. The ball from the Beastmaster, however, kind of reveals also what's going on. There's okay. There's a deeper Spirit jump now for Monkeys to get back out safely. Just a small opportunity that was there. Was OG that group up? Is their 5-man fight like actually superior to Archon's at the moment?
They're feeling really confident right now because they know that their Phantom Lancer is the best hero in the game. He's got an ulti orb completed on top of Manta style. Almost certainly gonna be a Scotty.
Radiant's bottom
They're gonna
tower
get the tier
is
2
under
tower.
attack.
The Spirit's blocking the
Radiant
ramp, so if Archon
structures
wanna
are
walk through it, sure.
fortified.
Now the Spirit backs up as fortification happens. Miracle. Just doppelgangers away, making sure he doesn't get swapped out by Fluff. But the Battle Fury now just gets completed by the Ember Spirit. They're gonna go into the Moonlight Shadow, coming close.
Radiant's
the tower
bottom
gets denied by
tower
the Ember
has
Spirit, which
been
actually
denied.
reveals the fact that they were hiding inside the Moonlight Shadow.
OG want to fight this.
Yeah.
They're pinging out the Sentry Ward and saying fight around it. Everybody from Archon, they're not 100% certain what's going on. They've got the BKB on the OD completed and the Battle Fury though. This might be their best timing for an engagement, Toby.
And OG hasn't seen that BKB yet.
It's not an item that you hide though.
Just might catch you by surprise if you try and throw everything down. Well, now they're gonna smoke and move. Allows them to walk through this Obs and Sentry, but OG's still here. Actually, they don't have the PL. The PL backed out, so Crit, the first one to get Searing Chain, Thunder goes right to the trigger, and Jayo under the cover of the BKB, he'll 5 hit down Crit. And they're looking for another target, but OG are just bailing out. Blink as quick as they possibly can. Monkeys, he's not in range for the Sleight of Fist Searing Chain just yet. Okay, he just got the tick on the back of Moon, but didn't get the combination with the Searing Chains. So no targets out. And they're in too deep. Whitebeard has to that hook ward and Fly punishes him. An extra range thanks to the Ether Lens. Means it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off, while Miracle is still just flat, like farming and pushing out the mid lane. And he's about to creep skip the top as well.
They really wanted something else on top of that. If he's able to get the Sleight of Fist chains off. Because they use the BKB expended on the OD. That's a 10-second BKB, and normally when you use that, Toby, it's kind of the declaration, we're going to win this first team fight no matter what. Our OD is literally untouchable during this team, but everybody from OG kind of understood as soon as their PL was gone. Archon made the correct move. That's the crazy thing. We should take this fight. PL's gone. But OG were just so fast at disengaging, and they just kept baiting Archon further and further in. So all it ends up being is a Mirana trade-off kill.
Money changes hands.
Oh wow.
Shadows
Moves, that's the second
take
time he's
us.
gone for that roar and been denied. He can't risk himself too much because he's still walking around with the team's gem.
This has got to be so frustrating for Archon.
So close, yet no kills.
It's tantalizing.
You just want to find one here. Yes, blink in, roll the crap out of him. Necrobooks will burn everything else they've got so they can't escape. Like that's the goal right now. Whitebeard's gonna find Miracle. Or it could be the other way around, depending how you want to look at it. Because this PL, like, he bought the Orb of Venom before. So he's now sitting about 800 gold away from having... Whoop, hello. 800 gold away from having that Skadi. That blink from Jail was nice and quick. Dodged the attack, the initiation from Moon. Looks like OG's had enough. They're just going to move over to Roshan. The Hawk is still on the high ground, and this is something which OG do not see. Moon checks the wrong cliffside with the Flame Break.
Everybody from Archon though, gearing up. Ember Sphere now has the Blink Dagger too, so you can keep up in mobility with the rest of the heroes, and this is something that they've been sorely lacking in all of these engagements, and OG continue to completely avoid that.
Here they come. Fluff with his own blink. Swapping out Moon, but Monkeys is a little bit late. He's going to blink himself forward. They get the Searing Chain on Moon, but there's a lot of support available with OG. They're bailing out. Looks like Moon will be left for dead. They swap down the Fanny's Eclipse. And now there's the 9-second BKB burst from OG. They've got to get this tower as well, right, to make this worth it?
Yeah. You can't just walk away anymore with just these single objective kills. You have to take more. But that's going to be, again, more space for Miracle.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And
Dire's
at some point,
structures
Archon
are
have to
fortified.
deal with this hero, but they might just kind of circumvent things and go for the Roshan right after this. Batrider is probably,
Dire's
like, the best
bottom
hero
tower
in Dota
has
at
fallen.
fighting around the Roche pit, just because
Radiant's
he has so
top
much mobility.
tower is
He can
under
drag people
attack.
on top of the cliffs and firefighters,
Dire's
they can get
structures
big down.
are fortified. Radiant's
They
top
force
tower
that,
has
but
fallen.
Archon instead are gonna decide to go for this tier 2 tower push mid, or bottom.
Dire's
they're okay
bottom
with
tower is under attack.
what the PL is doing for now because he hasn't threatened high ground yet. Once he threatens high ground,
Radiant's
that's when
top
he can come
tower is
And
under attack.
Miracle
Dire's bottom
actually
tower
doppelganging
has
himself forward.
fallen.
Starts on Monkeys. Uses that diffuser blade, and Monkeys has to defensive spirit back out again. And that takes him to the bottom lane.
Allies
He doesn't have BTs, he can't come back to defense. So they do not have their Ember Spirit, but Archon's answer to that is just get as aggressive as you possibly can and see if you can catch up. The Blink's off cooldown in 5 seconds time. The Moonlight Shadow will last long enough that Moo can run past the lane of creeps. The Observer Ward also saw which way Miracle went, so he'll doppelganger through the tree lines. And then they just cannot chase that PL.
really hoping to get something out of that, but at the very least, they were able to get a pick off. They take a tower as well. Not the worst thing in the world, and Miracle continues to farm. And that's, in the last 2 games, it's been the story of the game. Trade farm, trade farm, trade farm. As long as we're not losing too much on the map, we're okay. And OG are now going to go for the major objective of this game. One of the latest rushes I think I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, they've just been focused more on making sure that Archon can't catch him out, and Roshan is just an unnecessary risk for him. They're halfway through him. They're taking a very long time to kill Roshan. Their damage output's quite poor. And Archon, no, now they realize what's going on. Might be able to toss the arrow out. Roshan's still at 2 point now he's 2k. The arrow's gonna fly, and that's gonna be a very short arrow. Yeah, it doesn't even reach into Roshan. And Chayo, well, Spirit Sharpie's in on top of Roshan's Fighter Fister and Jake
Roshan has fallen to the
PL does grab the Aegis wall, and Monty will burn up underneath the power of that PL. But the rest of OG outside the pit were just nuked down. Whitebeard's gonna go for another arrow. Miracle sees it coming and will dodge it. Chayo's blink is still on cooldown, and a nice quick TP away from Fly will get him out to safety. So they protect the Aegis Immortal on the PL, but they still lost 3 heroes for that.
And all it really cost them was their Emperor, who I think made the right play anyways. He kept 2 heroes preoccupied by himself, he went for the Roshan, and I don't think that's the worst move that you can go for there. And his team capitalized. They were able to take down 3 heroes in quick succession. They still have... Archon is still in a pretty good position right now. Like, they did give up the Roshan, but killing 3 heroes, it's a nice momentum swing, and it means that the trade is not as worth it for OG.
But can OG now force it? Like, you got a PL who's got an Aegis Immortal in his hands.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like Archon have enough with the Emperor and the OD, plus the Beastmaster to deal with the PL. Like, the larger concern right now for OG is that their Batrider and their Zeus just aren't strong enough.
They're actually not strengthening him with what I thought they were going to, which was the BKB. Looks like Moon's actually going to go for a Shiva's build instead.
Lotus Orb?
Is it Lotus Orb? Yeah, that would make sense.
Take off the Beastmaster Orb. I think that item works really well for their team style too.
While the Zeus is still building into Octarine. Miracle going to throw out a lance, reveals his position. Whitebeard's in the neighborhood. He's not going to throw the arrow out. Flufferstuff though, he runs forward, and now Whitebeard, he wants to wait for the right time. He's going to Moonlight Shadow, which will allow Flufferstuff to escape this one. And Miracle surrounded by 4 heroes. Do they want to do this? However, a Sleight of Fist would really hurt Miracle, but no, he's just going to blink himself away to safety. He's okay.
He's going to wait for the rest of his team to catch up there, and weird situation where Miracle's like 1v4ing, but he doesn't really want to fight, and Archon doesn't really want to fight either, just in case the team is close enough. They don't have vision on that side of the map. OG, they're moving down.
They're going to use Miracle.
With this Aegis.
Just use Miracle as bait. Like, if they want to expend all their abilities to kill him off while the Aegis, the Immortal is there, sure. Monkeys in the meantime tries to keep the bottom lane pushed out, so they got at least some kind of split momentum. And that Spirit is very aggressive. He's going to come back to it right now, so he can fist down the wave already. Miracle, frontliner. Such obvious fate, but there's no way they want to commit
Radiant's
because then
top
they've got
tower
to go in
is
and
under attack.
Interesting swap, just trying to make sure that Jo stays alive. Miracle's being allowed to have this tower. It's like, what do you even do here if you're Archon? Do you initiate on him, knowing that the counter initiation is going to be so strong from OG? But if you don't, you lose your racks.
How do you
Radiant's
really
top tower
they
has
have the
fallen.
cloak available, and I
Radiant's
don't think
top
Archon
barracks
should
are
just
under
let this
attack.
There's just Undergoes Wrath Moon, he actually got the pick up. Dragging back the OG, no buyback without him for 70 seconds. Beastmaster's also a world of hurt. The Necrogene's aren't doing enough, and Miracle, remember he's still got this Aegis Immortal. They can dive in deep. There's a Beastmaster buyback available, but really what's he going to be doing now? Like, he can be the Aura, but this top rack is gone.
Radiant's
like, maybe
top
they buy back
barracks
if the other
has
racks
fallen.
are threatened.
Radiant structures
But
are
without the
fortified.
OG, they just don't have that power anymore, and Notel's trying to force the issue.
They still have the Aegis though.
Radiant's
They don't have
top
buyback with
barracks
the
are
OD.
under
Wipe
attack.
is dead.
If OD or if the OD had buyback, he would have used it by now, and OG are aware of that.
Radiant's
can just
top
push it.
barracks has
I
fallen.
just rotate over towards the mid. Miracle doesn't
Radiant's
even care if he
middle
dies.
tower is under attack.
Still has the Aegis right now. He's still strong. I think there was a bit of a miscommunication there. Like, Avenge wasn't able to get in range to swap out the OD to help him in that situation, and he got bursted down so quickly. He needs the time to be able to get the BKB off if possible, or even Astral himself so he can blink out and get into a better spot.
Radiant's middle tower
You're
is
gonna
under
lose this
attack.
Rex presumably too.
Radiant's
Glyph
middle
available,
tower
and
has
they take
fallen.
it so quickly, just behind Miracle.
Yeah, 10 seconds is just too long. If they lose the Emma Spirit Fluff, he has to sacrifice himself. He's actually lost the gem as well, so Moon's gonna steal that from him.
Radiant's
So,
middle
mid-rank
barracks
is gone,
has fallen.
top rank is gone, the Beast
Radiant's
Master and the
middle
OD is up, so
barracks
there's
are
kind of
under
like one
attack.
last hurrah that they could have right now as the Ember Spirit and the OD need to find something. The Beast Master is out, as now, oh no, they lap dude onto the BKB OD, dragging him out of play. The ETL at least will have no real effect. The standing slip, it's also the same kind of thing, and PL's all over him. That should be the game right there. OD put the Ember as well as the OD back into the
Radiant's
grave
middle
with no
barracks has
buybacks
fallen.
available. They'll rotate down to get the safety mega creep by taking up that bottom lane of Rax. And, well, there really is nothing much more that Archon can do to stop this OG train.
And it was slow and it was methodical, but eventually OG, it looks like they're gonna get it done. Is who's gonna get chased down here too? Still has the buyback available, but with no Ember Spirit and no OD, I don't see a way that they can conceivably win this game. Archon, a much better showing this time around,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower
they
has
just lost
fallen.
cores when it mattered, and the laning phase really didn't shake up for them. Like, Moon died
Radiant's
a lot.
bottom barracks
They
are under
probably thought,
attack.
"Okay, that's fantastic," but
Radiant's
at the
bottom
same time, what did they keep?
has fallen.
Their OD barely got any farm. I know you're laughing about the Lotus Storm swap.
It's not just that too, it's the fact that Moon decides to attack
Radiant's
the Spirit
bottom
first. Like he's actually
has
taking out
fallen.
Liquid
The
and doing it
Dire
while
have
he's
victories.
as opposed to taking out Planets as well.
You really gotta drive the dagger in.
Yeah. OG make a bold statement. 2 games in. Like, even though like you're not gonna say OG were as dominating as MVP were, they still seemed very, very clean, very methodical, and not a lot of things that you can probably expose. Like you could battle